Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yoshai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of whom we learn from. And shalom to the hopefully elect brothers, the 144,000 chosen, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah with a real quick expose. The famine of the word and the draconian laws, man, are being set, man. I just saw this right now, so I don't know too much about it, but there's no way this is organic. Listen to this.
Charity can be dangerous sometimes. That's why gluttony is a sin.
So look at the title. Breaking news. Jimmy Kimmel canceled indefinitely. Okay?
We have breaking news. ABC has just announced here that they will be preempting the very well-known show Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. That's confirmed by ABC, and it comes...
So when it's announced like this on these media, these channels that Esau, the Amalek control, usually it's for real, right? As far as at least what they're doing, this is not organic, okay? I don't know how to articulate this, but it's he's not being canceled. This is him in he's just another piece in the chessboard. That's so people watch, right? Jimmy Kimmel is a very well-known name. He's a very well-loved, talking head personality. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? This is a psyop. This is an enchantment. This is to prepare the minds of the people that things are drastically changing, okay? Those of us who understand prophecy, wisdom, and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. Stable from what? From going insane. America is being destroyed. Prophecy is being fulfilled. Just listen to this.
At a very tense time with many of the issues we've been covering tonight. There was a backlash on the right because Jimmy Kimmel, after the Charlie Kirk shooting, made the statement that he viewed, quote, new lows with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and with everything they can to score political points from it, end quote. I've just read part of what Jimmy Kimmel had said. We hit some new lows over the weekend.
And this is what he said. Listen to what he said. It's super basic. It's no big deal. But look what he did. I mean, this is an enchantment. This is not organic.
The MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
That's the joke that got Jimmy Kimmel pulled indefinitely from ABC. And just to be extremely clear, this is government-sponsored censorship. Because earlier today, Trump's FCC chair threatened action against Disney, ABC, and Jimmy Kimmel over that statement. And then Nexstar, the largest owner of TV stations in the United States, said they were going to stop airing Jimmy Kimmel, and they carry ABC affiliates. And of Nexstar's political donations in 2024, 67.04% went to Republicans. And the Nexstar CEO recently praised the Trump administration because he was announcing a $6.2 billion merger. Nexstar called Jimmy's comments about Charlie Kirk offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our national political discourse. And I wonder what they would call Charlie Kirk's comments. I didn't really have it on my bingo card that Jimmy Kimmel would be the one joining Stephen Colbert in what is probably going to turn into a late-night graveyard because of the Trump administration. But if this is how you go out, Jimmy, just know we're with you.
This is an enchantment. That's what was and so let me see. So look at this. Hold up. Jimmy Kimmel. Hold on. Like 2003. Okay, so he's been on the air in this position.
2003, according to en.wikipedia.org. James Christian Kimmel, born November 13th, 1967, is an American television host and comedian. He is the host and executive producer of Jimmy Kimmel Live, a late-night talk show that premiered in 2003, but was suspended indefinitely in 2025.
So this just happened, and it's already past tense. You know what I'm saying? So how long? So that's what? So 2003. So 23, 22 years. Let's see, Jay Leno. So Jay Leno, and he's worth like 200 million, 300 million, something ridiculous. He was also on TV for 22 years. So Jimmy Kimmel is not being canceled. He's retiring. He's ready for retirement. But people are going to see this and be like, oh my God, this is, and again, I'm not saying this is fake. This is happening. This is happening, you guys, because what? Speaks like a dragon. Let me see. Speaks like a dragon, going into draconian law. Speaks like a dragon. Speaks like a dragon. All right. The phrase speaks. Let me see. All right. So Revelations 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay. So let's go right here. Two horns as a lamb. Hold on. So verse 11, Revelations 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, and he exercises all the power of the first beast. What's that first beast? The beginning stages, the beginning parts of the Roman Empire, and now we are at the last leg of the Roman Empire. Same race of people, the Edomites, with Amalek as the head tribe, the so-called the small hats, who are claiming to be the children of Israel, right? But they're the Amalekites. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell thereon to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. That's talking about the revised Roman Empire, okay? And he doth great wonders, is verse 13, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven. What is this? What is it? Let's hold on. Let me read this real quick and we'll get it. So that he causes verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven, and on the earth and the sight of man. Verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound with a sword and did live. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. These are your draconian laws. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Okay, the chastised stigma. Okay, you gotta get penetrated. Your skin has to be broken, and you have to be inserted, right, with a RFID chip that picks up on a signal in order to operate on this system that is coming. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and on their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, a race, a house, a seed line, a nation, a race of people, and his number is 666. Draconian. Draconian. Let me see. The draconian meaning of laws or their application excessively harsh and severe. That's what this is. This is what we are getting ready to see, okay? The Nazis destroyed the independence of the press by a series of draconian laws. Well, who are the Nazis? They're the Temanites. They're Edomites. That's the tribe. The name of the Germans are the Temanites. They're actually considered very wise. They're one of the wise. Is there no wise men in Teman? It's talking about the Germans. What does it mean when someone says draconian? Where did draconian come from? Draconians were created through foul rites enacted on the eggs of metallic what the fuck? Okay. Who is the draconian named after? I believe it was Draco. Draconian is an adjective meaning of excessive severity that derives from Draco, an Athenian law scribe under whom small offenses had heavy punishments. It goes into just strict laws, you guys. Okay. And this is what we are seeing. Let me see. I want to go. I had something on YouTube that I was watching earlier. Salakia. I'm going to my history. Because it's obvious that that's where this is going. Let me see if I can find. Okay. So all of this, okay, pisses off her. Let me see. Okay, social media's role in the Charlie Kirk assassination. Now look at this towards the end. It's going to be a commercial. Hold on.
It's probably a large snapping turtle.
I'm going to go towards the end.
Speech. Reporting for the National News Desk, I'm Jeff Harris.
I'm Matt Gelka in Washington. Republicans and Democrats are pointing to social media algorithms, calling it one of the places that are making May Americans very angry. In the hours after suspected Charlie Kirk shooter Tyler Robinson was taken into custody, Utah's governor didn't mince words when talking about the role he believes social media played.
Social media is a cancer on our society right now.
He doubled down over the weekend.
Cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What we have done, especially to our kids, it took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are.
The president also believed the internet played a role in the suspected shooter's life.
And it seems like his wonderful parents brought in a wonderful neighbor, smart guy. It looks like he was radicalized over the internet, and it's radicalized on the left.
But social media algorithms don't follow a political ideology. The goal is just to keep people glued to screens and scrolling.
Do you believe that social media is one of the instruments radicalizing America and inciting violence?
Well, it's not. My belief is based on the data, and the data shows that social media is wildly out of control.
The internet is an accelerant. It is driving extremism in our country. It's driving us apart.
See, it was never any of these things in the beginning, right? It was never any of these things when Hollywood was first coming out. Why? Because they were indoctrinated. They were social engineering, which takes time. It takes years. It takes decades to shift and to shape minds over and over again. Just what they're doing now. Now, because we are entering into Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, and World War III, we are at the end of Satan's rulership. And when I say Satan, I'm talking about the Edomites, the so-called white men. What does it say? He knows his time is short. Satan knows his time is short. It's going to take us right back into Revelation. Look at this. Okay, so therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in the earth. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Why? For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he hath but a short time. It's talking about these guys. Okay, let's see if I can. And when the dragon, there goes that draconian law, the seven-headed dragon, the Roman Empire, the revised Roman Empire, the little horn, America, the EU, and NATO, all these corporations, the media, verse 13, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. This is Jacob's trouble, you guys. Jeremiah 30, verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, and to her place where she is nourished for a time and half a time from the face of the serpent. Verse 15. And the serpent shall cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. My bad. This is where Jacob's trouble starts. Verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahushai HaMashiach. This is what we're coming into, you guys. And so you got all these enchantments, all these deceptions, right? All these, our rights, free speech. That shit's done, man. That shit was a lie anyways, because everything in America was based on lies. I'm going to let this finish.
Driving extremism in our country. It's driving us apart, left and right.
This shows that social media is...
Listen to this Edomite, right? Listen to this so-called white man. Listen, it's driving us apart. Everything about this system is divided, and it's done so on purpose so that they can govern and rule. If they were so concerned about unity, why do they have a right and a left? Why do they have a democratic aspect and a Republican aspect if they didn't want division?
Is wildly out of control.
The internet is an accelerant. It is driving extremism in our country. It's driving us apart, left and right.
The social media algorithm is meant to keep the user hooked or engaged by usually feeding content that's either solidifying someone's beliefs or making them angry. Notre Dame computer science professor Tim Weniger says the outrage cycle is by design to make money.
Social media, they sell more ads and they make more money if people are engaged, and people are more engaged when they're angry.
Is it healthy to keep people this angry, and where does the government come in here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think so. I think that there's roles for the government to play, but I wouldn't call for restrictions in speech or censorship. I think that there's ways...
See, and they like to do this. They'll put a little sliver of some Edomite saying something opposite of what's going on, so that when people see this, oh, you're right, it's that left, right, pressure from above, pressure from below. Oh yeah, there's a struggle. We gotta vote, bro. This is happening, dog. There's no stopping this, man. Amos, the famine of the word. The famine of the word. There is no stopping this. Grace is leaving. And what I mean by that is because the prophets, the Hebrew Israelites, the sincere, repentant, obedient men of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai teaching this truth, they're on the internet. And that's the only place you're going to see this truth, and on the streets. And pretty soon this is going to be shut. It's going to be shut up, which means Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, because Esau cannot do anything until Yahweh says he can do stuff, because the Most High is in control of everything. This is his movie. So Amos 8 and 11. Things are happening quickly, you guys. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Most High, Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land. And a famine in the land is also coming of food and water. Not of famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And it's on the internet where you can hear these words. This door is gonna be shut, man. Just like when Noah got on the ark. He had been building the ark for over 120 years? And there was no rain, but he said rain was coming. And when the rain finally started to come down, bro, let's get that. The Most High shut him in. He shut that door. This is going to be the same thing. The door is going to be shut. Let me see. See if it says God shuts Noah in the ark. Let me see if that's what the fuck? Oh man. Damn. You see that? Shuts. Salakia, Noah inside. Let me see. Shuts Noah in the ark. Let me see. Just Genesis 6 and 7. Okay. So look at this, man. So and they went in went in male and female of all flesh as the Most High had commanded him, and Yahweh shut him in. So there were the host, the angels were involved in this. They were just orchestrating everything supernaturally while Noah and his sons and their wives were being obedient. Being stewards of the land, of the animals, of the seeds, everything, because Yahweh was going to flood the earth. Let me see. And Yahweh said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. And this is what's happening with the hopeful elect, you guys, and everybody that's listening to this truth. Go out to the four corners of the earth. We're going to be in the ark. What's the ark? It's this truth. It's Yahweh. It's his name, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It's the new song. Verse 2, Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7, the male and his female, and of the beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Verse 3, Of fowls also of the air by 7s, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. Verse 4, For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance so he gave them warning. He told them 120 years earlier, and Noah was diligent. He was obedient to that order, right, to that command. So you got all this time. You got decade after decade of all the sons of Noah going out. They're gathering, they're collecting, they're building for all the animals. You know what I'm saying? They're just everything, bro. They're getting seeds. They're preparing. They're getting wood for the ship that Noah's building. Everybody can see this family at work, right? And today, what's the family? It's the house of Jacob. It's the northern and southern kingdom. And we're working. We're on the streets. We're declaring. We're posting our videos. We're explaining we're casting down all the false doctrines, and we're teaching the correct doctrine, right? We're doing everything to the best of our ability. That's what's happening. So for verse 4, for yet 7 days, so now after all this time of toiling, now there's this very short section. Look at this. I just saw this right now. For yet 7 days. So the Spirit of Yahweh, he sends an angel, right? He sends the Holy Spirit to speak to Noah and his sons and his wives, and even the animals are hearing this. Don't think that the animals didn't understand that there was something going on, right? For yet 7 days. So now there's a shorter period of time being revealed to the prophet Noah and his sons, right? In 7 days, I'm finna let loose. So the Most High knew that they were prepared. The ship was prepared. It was pitched. All the animals were ready. All the seeds were taken up. Everything's ready. So now the Most High says, I got 7 days, a very short week, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And these were going to be very intense. What's this rain? What's this flood? It's Jacob's trouble today. It's the mark of the beast today. It's these draconian laws that we're about to start experiencing, getting more intense and more tempestuous and more, what's it called when you're on an airplane? Turbulent. Everything's going to be increasing in turbulence, okay? And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. Verse 5, and Noah did according unto all that Yahweh commanded. Verse 6, and Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth, and Noah went in. So where are we at now? We're in this truth. We're in the new song, Revelations 14. We're listening to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, right? And all of the other men and the affiliate camps. And we're hearing this truth, and we're trusting in the name of Yahweh, and we're calling on the name of Yahweh Shai, right? Verse 7, and Noah went in, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. What's about to start happening, you guys? What's happening?
That there's answer on our society right now.
Now, Discord said
Cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What we have done, especially to our kids, it took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are.
It took them a decade to realize. Do you see how they talk? It's all lies, you guys. They knew this shit was fucked up from the start, bro. This is all bullshit. It's time. It's time. It's time. Salakia. Verse 8. Of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of the fowls of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went into two and two unto Noah in the ark, the male and the female, as the Most High had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days, and we're nearing this very short amount of time of warning as we get ready, because we've been preparing ourselves for this, that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. What's the other flood that's going to come? The men. The enemy's going to come. When it says when the enemy comes in like a flood, he will lift up a standard. You see the parallels? Verse 11, and in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, and 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast of his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as the Most High had commanded him, and Yahweh shut him in. So Yahweh is going to shut us in. Yahweh Shai is going to shut in the elect. The elect are going to be shut in. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshua in the new doctrine, the Salakia in the new song, and with everybody listening that follow this, right? So look, this is happening, man.
The president also believed the internet played a role in the suspected shooter's life.
And it seems like his wonderful parents brought in a wonderful neighbor, smart guy. It looks like he was radicalized over the internet, and it's radicalized on the left.
But social media...
See, so they're so concerned, right? They got to shut this down, but it's prophecy. It's prophecy, you guys. Jimmy Kimmel is not being canceled. He's been on the air for 23 years, right? This is all a part of the... You understand, Jimmy Kimmel's a part of the same system. He is being told, we're going to use you. Plus, he's already been on the air for 23 years. He's made his fucking money, bro. If you notice that the music has changed, there's no more there's no more hits being released. There's no more movies in Hollywood coming out. Everything that was being used on the left-hand side it's empty. Not because Esau's turning it off. It's because the Most High is turning it off. Because there was only a certain amount of left-handed information, of left-handed enchantments that Yahweh gave Satan to give Esau to give or to put in Hollywood. Because now we're shifting into Jacob's Trouble, we're shifting into the MOTB, and we're shifting into World War III, the third woe, and then Yahweh Shai and the salvation that he's going to bring, the war in heaven. Stand now with thine enchantments. This is a challenge that the Most High, he's mocking him. But why? Because Yahweh declares unto the left-hand side when and when not to talk to the wise men of a nation. Just like we see in Daniel chapter 5, when the hand is been released to write on the wall, and the wise men, the Chaldeans of Babylon, they couldn't interpret the understanding. Why? You don't think they didn't have access to the spirit realm? The spirit realm was silent to them. Why? Because another ruler was coming, the Medes and the Medes and the Persians. And so the left-handed spirits, the Alahayim, were going to start talking to the wise men of the Medes and the Persians. That's how this works. The left-handed Alahayim are not speaking to Esau in the form of Hollywood movies anymore. Now it's time to fucking start shutting shop down and getting everything fucking, the famine of the word is coming, because we're shifting in prophecy. Isaiah 47:12, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Verse 13, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, these are the wise men, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. 14, see, this is the wisdom And that is our stability. This is what keeps us sane. This is us understanding the correct understanding of these prophecies and what Esau is doing. This keeps us from fucking going crazy and thinking, oh, our free speech is being taken away. Motherfucker, there never was free speech because no one was ever calling Esau by his real name in the first place. How can you have free speech when everything that you're speaking is a lie that's been told to you by the person who says you have free speech? Think about it. For Isaiah 47:14, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. Talking about the wise men of Esau's kingdom, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. So these words are turning them into wood. The words of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai in the mouths of the prophet are turning Esau and his kingdom into wood. Okay? So I pray that this
New lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to...
You guys need to see this, what it is. What does it say? And I'll stop with this. What is the interpretation of a thing? You have to interpret this correctly. Jimmy Kimmel, what is the interpretation? What is the interpretation? Wait, hold up. Who is as the wise man? I'll say it like that. Who is as man? It's Ecclesiastes 8:1. Okay? There's an answer to this question. Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man? And who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? What's the interpretation of this thing, you guys? It's Jacob's trouble. It's prophecy. It's the famine of the word. The storm is coming. We got to get in the ark. It's time to really buckle down. We don't have much time. But this is how they're presenting this. They're using this CK1, this Calvin Klein, okay, the situation with that just happened with Calvin Klein, CK1. I don't want nobody's name on my behind, right? With him, the psyop or the enchantment of that. Oh, we got to shut down the internet. We got to punish people for making fun. What is all this coming into? It's the famine of the word. It's the draconian laws. It's the a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able to, because you're not even going to be able to fucking talk. 2nd Ezra 15:17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. All movement, all speech, okay? Anything that you've known living in Mystery Babylon up until now, it's all being taken away, man. Because Satan, because the devil, because Esau, the so-called white man, knows that his time is short. I pray that this is edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from, and Shalom, to the 144,000 chosen, elect men, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the hopefully elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah. Shalom.